Hello everyone, and welcome to another TI9 team preview. This time we're going to be talking about last year's champions, OG. When you are the defending champion of the International, topping your previous season is an immensely difficult task that no team has been able to accomplish. When you become world champions in the spectacular fashion of OG's TI8 Cinderella story, however, it's next to impossible. While nothing this year may come close to the Shakespearean plot of last year's betrayal-turned-miracle storyline, OG actually finds themselves in a familiar underdog position leading into TI9 this year in Shanghai. Like many teams after winning life-changing money, OG took a bit of time off to bask in the glory, and when they returned to competitive Dota, it really showed. More impactful than the vacation-induced rust was the departure of star carry player Ana, who yet again opted for a Dota 2 retirement, seemingly riding off into the sunset with saddlebags full of money and a nearly impossibly pristine professional career. The season started late for OG as the team decided to skip the first minor and major of the season. On returning to action, however, they were unable to qualify for either of the next two majors from a stacked European region and a mediocre performance at both of the minors. Playing with an official stand-in in ILTW, OG did not look like the same dynamic and unstoppable force that had willed themselves to the pinnacle of the Dota 2 universe just a few months prior. The team appeared disconnected and ultimately decided to part ways with ILTW shortly before the fourth major of the season, the MDL Major. At this point in the season, OG was in desperate need of some DPC points to have just an outside shot at qualifying for TI9. Enter Ana stage left. The Australian prodigy made his triumphant return to the OG roster and immediately helped them qualify for the MDL Major, where they turned in a 5th to 6th place performance, beating VP and only losing to the winners Team Secret and 2nd place Team Liquid. The points from MDL were a great start, but not enough to guarantee OG's spot in Shanghai, and so qualifying for the Epicenter Major became the sole focus of OG's season. They squeaked in, out-dueling another TI hopeful in Alliance for the final spot from the EU region, and their hopes remained alive. At the Major, however, disaster struck in the form of captain and team leader No-Tail becoming gravely ill with a stomach virus. Unable to play, No-Tail could only watch from the hospital as his replacement, OG's coach, Sakshka, played his first competitive matches since 2015 in the most crucial tournament of the season. After an abysmal group stage, OG fell to a best-of-1 elimination match against EG with their TI hopes on the line. OG executed a masterful game plan, overcoming a Sumail Alchemist to keep their TI hopes alive, and face up against Team Secret in the following round. Behind some excellent role-playing by Sakshka and a pair of truly masterful carry performances, OG eliminated Secret and secured their spot at TI9 before eventually losing to LGD. Whew. Not quite the same story as last year, but definitely another chapter in the wild and crazy book of OG. And here we are as OG enter TI9 with the same roster they brought last year and somewhat similar expectations, because we just haven't seen enough of OG this year to really know what to expect from them. We know what their peak is, we saw that last year with this roster, but we don't know whether they can maintain that same drive having already won TI and without the extra motivation of the crazy circumstances leading up to last year's tournament. What we do know about OG, however, is that they have arguably the greatest late-game carry player ever in Ana, and they are also a team that tends to make their own meta. This is a team with a ton of strategic prowess who makes up strategies that force other teams to change how they think and play the game of Dota 2. We saw it last year at TI, and we've seen glimpses of it this year as well. And speaking of weird strategies, if we look at the match history of some of the OG players recently, we see some pretty interesting trends. Jarex has been playing a lot of techies recently, and this is a guy who likes to play these strange heroes and figure out how to play them in strange and aggressive ways. Meanwhile, No-Tail has been playing a lot of Visage in his pubs, and Visage is a hero that currently is mostly being played as a core in the mid, safe lane, or off lane, but No-Tail's always been known for playing these micro heroes as supports. Visage is a hero that is definitely trending right now in pro level pubs because of the early aggression potential and power of the birds. And in a meta that has been trending towards later and later games, it would be just OG's style to shake things up and go for an aggressive pushing style of play.